San Juan Capistrano, California, for tonight's USL League Two matchup between the Southern California Seahorses and your home team, Capo FC. Let's see our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. First from the visitors, the Southern California Seahorses. Number 16, Jose Garfias. Number 27, Carlos Gonzalez. Number 25, Ty Gregory. Number 24, Lon Vargas. Number 15, Jesus Vargas. Number 2, Luis Barraza. Number 10, Quentin Hornum. Number 20, Chris Villa. Number 23, Izzy Smith. Number 9, Mondo Ibarra. Number 19, Vicente Flores. And the Seahorses are led by a coaching staff, Tyrone Martin, Igor Puglia, and head coach Todd Elkins. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your home team, Capo FC. We're number 18, Cappy Seagal. We're number 1, goalkeeper Nate King. We're number 13, RJ Edwards. We're number 27, Tyler Druster. We're number 11, Brett Nisovich. We're number 21, Leonard Granzow. We're number 19, Jonah Gamura. We're number 25, Max Carvalho. We're number 12, Brian Herrera. We're number 9, Reagan Hessling. We're number 28, Julian Svoboda. And we're number 24, Sergio Vega. Capo FC is led by coaching staff, George Olinde Jr., Roy Abrams, David Arias, and head coach Pete Terry. Now at this time, we ask everybody in attendance to please stand and remove your caps and face the north end of the football field toward the American flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, everyone. God bless America and happy Flag Day.
It's Capo FC Soccer here on 11 Sports via TV EMAX as Capo FC hosting the SoCal Seahorses. Good evening, everybody. This is Alex Nevek. A pleasure to be a part of your Wednesday night, wherever you may be, as Capo FC in the hunt for the first win of the 2023 campaign. Let's get to know the starting 11 here. First for the visiting Capo FC, as the goalkeeper today will be Nate King. Defending crew will be Fred Besovic, Brian Herrera, Leonard Granzau, along with Tyler Trustner. The midfield players here for tonight will be Daniel Segal, Sergio Vega, and RJ Egdorf. And the striking crew will be Julian Bevosova with Jonah Kawamura and Max Carbajo. Playing with a 4-3-3 formation here for Capo FC. And as far as SoCal Seahorses, this is their starting 11 here, as Carlos Gonzalez will be the goalkeeper for tonight. Luis Barraza will be the defender, Juan Vargas, a defender, and Akea Gregory along with a defender. The last defender will be Jesus Vargas. The midfield players here for tonight will be Christopher Villa, along with Jose Garfias and Quentin Hornug. And the strikers for tonight will be Vicente Flores, Armando Ibarra, and Izzy Smith here in this match. So we're just around the corner from getting this one underway, but the SoCal Seahorses coming off of a 2-0 win, a shutout against Arizona Arsenal SC. That one just going down on Saturday on June 11th. A goal from Marco Astorga, who is one of the scoring leaders here for the Seahorses, along with Kaya Gregory, midfield player for the Seahorses, as they see themselves fourth in the USL League Two Southwest Division standings. And as for Capo FC, well, they see themselves in the bottom of the division with 1 point, trying to find that first win of the season here in this one. So, be in the hunt. At the top of it all is Ventura County Fusion. They have been playing some red-hot soccer. They have managed to switch spots with Redlands FC, and here we go. It's the kickoff, and the first touch goes to the Seahorses here. See what they can get brewing here in the first touch. The Seahorses coming in with the road orange, and Capo FC rocking the home navy blues. Already some good coverage here by Capo FC early on in the match. We'll see what kind of matchup they'll have here. They are both very familiar with each other. They have played against each other already. The first match of the season, going all the way back to May 17th. Now back, played at Whittier College, home for Seahorses soccer. As Capo FC, here they come with their first offensive touch, deciding to play this one back. Match going back to May 17th resulted in a 1-1 draw, as Carlos Gonzalez will go ahead and pick that one up himself, give it back over to his defender, and Kaya Gregory certainly has that big stature over there as the center back. Going to certainly create a lot of attention down low. Sergio Vega can be one of the strikers putting some pressure on Gregory here in this match. But going back to the first time these two faced off against each other, Seahorses with a lone goal came in the 69th minute off of Armando Ibarra, who is a part of the starting 11 here in this match. Has 2 goals going into this season. The scoring is not just done by one player himself. It's been a couple of names throughout the roster here for the Seahorses. And Capo FC's lone goal in the match as well came in the 45th minute by Julian Svoboda. Here comes the first touch, and there is the cross, and just doesn't get anything out of it. It looks like this is going to be a goal kick coming up here for Carlos Gonzalez. Just nothing for it. Nothing to show for it here, so far, none of these teams have been able to get a shot off. So far, a pretty slow start to the match. That is Gregory hovering the ball. Here comes a takeaway, trying to come up with a stop here. And that's going to go the other way. The ball keeps going. The ball will continue to roll. Here comes a nice counterattack, and here comes the defending crew for Capo FC. Trying to get the cross off, and that's going to result in a corner kick coming up here for the Seahorses, the first one of the match. It's almost going to look very disastrous there for the SoCal Seahorses. Made a mistake, and Capo FC strikers were putting a lot of pressure on the defenders. So here we go with the first corner kick of the match. See if the Seahorses can get themselves on the board first. Putting this one up. This one's a good spot. No one to receive it. Instead, they'll go to the left wing. Some good coverage there on the left flanks. Connecting that one to Jesus Vargas, defender for the Seahorses. Ball's going to stay here. A throw-in coming up. The looks of things, Vargas is going to dump this on the side of the 18-yard box. Does that. It's high. Trying to boot this one out of the 18-yard box. And Capo FC able to see some sunlight at the end of the tunnel after booting that one out. We'll go ahead and try it again. Another throw-in coming up. The official is saying, hey, you got it a little bit more away from the 18-yard box there, a little too close. That'll be Juan Vargas once again here on the throw-in. He's going long, putting this into the 18-yard box. Great reception there by Nate King, the goalkeeper, able to save that one. Wasn't a dangerous shot for the Seahorses, but at least able to try to get something going early on in the match. A very quick throw-in, playing it quick. They boot that one out, and it results in a goal kick coming up here for Carlos Gonzalez. Here in the 5th minute from J. Serra High School in San Juan Capistrano, California. Home for J. Serra football. Here in the Lions Dome. Last time Kappa FC was here at home, well, it's a game they would surely like to forget about. It was a 5-1 final against the Fusion. As Ventura County able to put up a whopping 5 goals in that one, as Abubakar was able to put up 2 goals, and how about a hat trick for Harrington. This one will stay here. Throw in for Capo FC. This will be Brian Herrera. Throws it in, ricochets out, and he's going to go ahead and get a throw in here for the SoCal Seahorses. If you want to talk about the deepest part of the pitch, well, they are very much at the deepest part of the pitch. Got to get themselves out of their side. A lot of blue jerseys down low. Here's a loose ball. Who wants it? Good touch here for Capo FC. Going for the right wing. Good stop there by the Seahorses. Be a throw in for Capo FC. So Herrera going long. 18-yard box, headed out. Still not out of the woods just yet. There's a shot, and this is going to be a goal kick. That was Max Carbajo who ended up coming up with the first shot of the match here for Capo FC. Not a bad choice. He had some space to use. Definitely made the most out of it, despite it not being a goal. Of course, you're not always going to have a lot of space there. Going with the long ball, trying to connect with the striker. 2-on-1 down low. Good play by Capo FC defense. Booting that one out. Quick throw in here, Luis Barraza. Raza. 2-on-1 down low. Araujo back to the Seahorses. Garfias switching the pitch, going from the right wing. Still trying to work from that right side. It's just a lot of good coverage down low. That is Tressner all over that right wing. And here is a goal kick coming up here for Nate King. As far as a couple of matches here for Capo FC, well, they are coming off of a road trip going to Tucson, Arizona to play against FC Tucson. Got shut out 2-0 in that match. Goal in the 58th minute by Marco Costa, and the 92nd minute by Kanan Dos Santos. Good ball here for Carvajal. Playing this one back over to his midfield players. A little bit of some miscommunication there. Pushing Herrera back. Booting that one out. That's what results in a throw in here for Capo FC. So far, ball has been more here on the Seahorses side of the pitch. Trying to keep it that way. The ball is going to stay up, trying to get a shot off. There's a shot! And they're able to get in the back of the net. And it's a goal for Danny Segal, the midfield player. It's Capo FC on top, 1-0. You see it here, setting it up nicely. Segal, he had some room to work with on the right side. Had Carlos Gonzalez sold on the right side of the goalpost. Decided to hit it left and is able to get the shot on a goal that time around. And now we're looking at a 1-0 lead. Goal came in the 10th minute for Capo FC. Now the big question is here, with a couple of the matches that Capo FC has played here this season, they have been able to capitalize on 1-0 leads. Can they keep it that way? That's going to be the big question mark. Can they just continue and hang on to the 1-0 lead? And surely, of course, if you could get some more goal support here in this match, well, that will surely do the trick. But you have to continue to do what you can and keep the score exactly the way it is. Put the pressure on the Seahorses, but Seahorses are also going to be putting a lot of pressure here on Capo FC on that first hunt of the first win. Play must continue. Here come the Seahorses, able to weave their way left and right through the Capo FC defense and trying to get the cross off. Nobody's on the other side of it to receive it, so nonetheless, here comes a throw in. Brian Herrera will be throwing it in. Just the Seahorses defense just unable to tame the striker crew of Capo FC. Once again, there is Carvajal, who's been doing a lot of the marching up of the pitch, receiving the ball and taking it all the way himself, doing a lot of the hard and dirty work. Going to midfield. Hornung trying to reciprocate the exact same thing as his counterpart in Carvajal. That's going to go the other way. And there goes one of the Seahorses players down here in this match. A little slow to get up here in this one, but going into this one. Here's look at a little replay here as far as the whistle going against Capo FC. It's going to be the first set piece. First free kick coming up here for the Seahorses. Dumping this one inside of the 18-yard box. Easy one for Grand Zhao to head that one out. We'll go ahead and give it another go for the Seahorses. Plays that one quick inside of the 18-yard box. Still not out of the woods just yet. Going back to the Seahorses. And it looks like it's going to be a whistle going against the Seahorses. And it results in a free kick. And it'll be Nate King that'll take care of it himself. Putting this one long. Still, free ball, 1v1. Who wants it here? Gregory trying to fight for it. Trying to fight also for a whistle. Gregory's going to continue to play on. That's a smart thing to do. Did not matter if there was a whistle or not. Continue to play on. Playing this one back. A lot of orange jerseys down low, putting some pressure. Having to press the restart button. King didn't exactly boot that one all that far. Still does a trick. Capo FC with a lot of Seahorses playing down low, trying to take advantage of it here. Foot race to the bag in the left wing. Cross. Headed out. Good coverage. Going the other way. Back to the Seahorses. The Seahorses, as we mentioned before, sitting fourth in the USL League Two Southwest Division, and currently sitting with 7 points, just a point back of FC Tucson, averaging 1.4 points per match, with 5 matches under their belts. Coming into this one with 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. And Shirley has 3 goals. 3 goals of a difference here on the positive end of things. So Capo FC has to get rid of the ball here. Throw in coming up. Switch of the pitch, left flanks. Not exactly the through ball that the Seahorses had in mind. Luis Barraza trying to look for a striker, whether that was Vicente Flores, Armando Ibarra, or even IZ Smith. So it just looks like the Seahorses just haven't quite gotten their feet wet here in this match. Been a lot of Capo FC here in this one. Very short possessions for the Seahorses. Loving the ball movement for Capo FC. Nice little through ball here for Herrera. Herrera is going to get the cross off. Nobody to receive it, though. Big collision there. And you can see the officials attending to this one rather quick. Nothing intentional. So it's Jose Garfias, who is a part of the play. Just look at that there. Just taking a look at the replay another time. So Seahorses. That one almost going to be a big mistake there for the Seahorses with the ball going back to midfield. Almost had Capo FC swipe that one away. That'll stay here. Try to see who they're going to go with here instead. They give it to Juan Vargas. Of course, try to stuff up the 18-yard box best as possible, and good work here for Capo FC defensively. Everything that is being thrown at them, they are showing some great composure inside of the 18-yard box. Seahorses still offensively easily handled. Vicente Flores deciding to test out his luck. That's a shot on target, but Nate King will handle that one himself. It's a 2v1, trying to come up with the shots there. Easily handled by Gonzalez. A great save. That's already 3 shots in the match here for Capo FC. 2 of them have been on goal. More of an offensive approach here in this match. And of course, a lot of it being done by the forward Max Carvajal. Been looking for him all match long. He has been the ideal forward to give the ball to. Playing in the right wing. Here comes Capo FC on the ball, just saying thank you very much. Long distance shot, and Gonzalez with a big save. You love the creativity that Capo FC is coming up with here, going with the long distance shot, showing off a little bit of the golazo attempt there. So it'll result in a corner kick for Capo FC. This is their first one of the match. This one is up. This one's on the left side. And almost coming up with another opportunity there for Capo FC. And boy, they are looking rather good here in this match. Creating some opportunities of their own. Seahorses just haven't quite been able to push the ball up the pitch and keep it that way. They certainly have been able to reach there, but unable to have a good offensive touch. Put any pressure on Nate King. Just as I say that, here comes Vicente Flores. And they're going to come up with a shot with it. Nate King all over it, bodying up on the shot. And how about that? Nate King now having to do a lot of this match now. Hanging on to the 1-0 lead. The goal off of Danny Segal in the 10th minute of the match. There's Gregory. That tall defensive stature. Definitely score some goals of his own. He does have 1 on the season with that high stature. Going to be good for coming up with corner kicks. There's a shot, and once again, Vicente Flores. That one is right on his mark. Just like that, SoCal Seahorses with 4 shots on targets. Total of 5 shots in the match. Capo FC looking for the through ball, looking for the man inside of there. They say it's a whistle. That's against Max Carvajal. It results in a goal kick. It was maybe going to look a little disastrous there for the Seahorses. Maybe thought there was some contact down low in the 18-yard box, but no foul in the making. Seahorses having some talented alumni come by the SoCal Seahorses. One name that comes to mind is Elijah Ahmadin. Now playing for LA Galaxy 2, a part of the USL Championship. Signed with Galaxy 2 after 2 seasons with the Seahorses. How about Malik Shahid signing a contract with Flower City Union? Just look at the replay of the whistle that went down here. Just a little contact going right there. Yep, that's an easy one to call off of Luis Barraza. And a free kick for Capo FC over the ball. That's the captain, Danny Segal, responsible for the 1 goal of the match. Putting this one into the 18-yard box. That's Carlos Gonzalez, the goalkeeper, that's going to take that one. Malik Shahid playing with the Seahorses in 2021, signed with Bay Cities for the 2022 season, still there with Bay Cities. We can forget about Jera de la Torre. We'll talk a little bit about him after this one. Will be a goal kick coming for Nate King. Jera de la Torre, he was a player and the captain for the Seahorses. Signed a professional contract with the Spanish club Gymnastic de Tarragona, training and competing with their second division team. It's a rather huge deal to get a contract with the Spanish league. Coming from the SoCal Seahorses. What about former alumni and Derek Waldick? Played with them in 2018 and 2019 for the Seahorses. Back to the action very quickly here as Capo saves that one from going out. Would have been a goal kick. Good coverage there by the Seahorses. Plays that one quick. Herrera, Carvajal. A lot of orange jerseys inside of there. Carvajal still on top of it. There's the cross and collides with his own teammates. That's Carlos Gonzalez colliding with Kaya Gregory. Got to do a little bit better with the communication aspect of it. Regardless, Gregory, he's going to receive the ball from Gonzalez even after the collision. So Derek Waldick played with the Seahorses in 2018, 2019. And during that time also played for Stanford, part of the Pac-12 conference. And even during his time there with Stanford, he won 2 NCAA Division I national championships during his time with Stanford. Chosen to the All-Far West region team, drafted by the MLS as well, FC Dallas. Nice through ball here for Capo FC. Defensively, the Seahorses with a good defensive possession. Got to boot that one out. A lot of Capo FC strikers hanging out and about, able to get this one back. Back to the defenders. Trying to switch up the pitch. Look at all the space that Herrera has there. Instead, takes it back to their center back. Still trying to use the space that's given here. Segal switching it up to the left flanks. Cross. Nobody there. Back to the Seahorses. And instead, they'll let that one roll out. It results in a throw-in for them. Waldick being drafted by FC Dallas, who's drafted in the 3rd round. That was 2 of his many achievements in his soccer career. He currently has a professional contract with FC Dallas's second team, North Texas SC, in USL 1. Reason why he was able to make it to USL Division I, get drafted by FC Dallas, due to his tremendous soccer ability, work ethic, and humble servant leadership, is the way that the Seahorses described it. Get it out over the ball. Cross deflected by the Seahorses defending crew. Still having to boot this one out. Now the Seahorses trying to put up a counter-attack, trying to push inside of the Capo FC side of the pitch. Switching it up here, splitting into 2 defenders. Still trying to look for it. Here come the Seahorses. There goes the striker. Coming up with the shots. There it is! Putting the ball in the back of the net. That's Armando Ibarra, evening up the score with the equalizer in the 27th minute of the match. So Armando Ibarra, Nice little through ball. Gets himself inside of the 18-yard box. Has all the space in the world in front of him. Decides to take a shot. Puts Nate King to the test. And he is able to equal the score 1-1 here in this one. Looking like deja vu all over again from match number 1 on May 17th. But this time around, a lot of the scoring coming here in the first half of the match. Seahorses have not had enough. Still trying to keep the ball on Capo FC's side of the pitch. So that was a big question mark after the first goal by Danny Segal. Well, how will Capo FC hang on to this lead? That has really been the biggest question mark of the whole entire season. It's not a matter of Capo FC scoring, as Nate King with an emergency booting that one out. Biggest question has always been, well, Capo FC, they have no problems putting the ball in the back of the net, but how to hang on to the lead. Just haven't been able to figure that one out in the middle of this season. The season that goes from May to July. Once again, the Seahorses with some great defensive work after at least about 19 minutes of great defensive play here for the Seahorses. It ultimately comes down to how you're able to rebound from a 1-0 deficit. So with this corner kick, it is Danny Segal. Second corner kick coming up here for Segal, and able to come up with the score. And it's goal, 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 goal for Capo FC. Goals within 2 minutes of each other. Segal putting this one up, headed that one in, easily getting past Carlos Gonzalez. Just an easy goal there for Capo FC. And they see themselves again with a 1-0 lead going into the 30th minute of the match. So a nice little back and forth affair here in this one. First it was Capo FC in the 10th minute. Then it was the SoCal Seahorses in the 27th minute. And now back to Capo FC in the 30th minute of the match. So the Seahorses looking to tie up the match once again. Coming up with the shots, and that's a tough one to make off of the volley by Vicente Flores. Trying to get a little creative on the shot. Would have been a nice one to see, as he had been able to get that one in the back of the net. Quick throw in. Baraza. Capo FC, now they're back with a throw in. Back to Capo FC. And going back to the topic of Derek Waldick. We talked about it being drafted by FC Dallas, playing for North Texas FC. He received a USL League One, a Team of the Week honors twice during the 2020 campaign. And there's the equalizer. An unbelievable goal, 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 goal for SoCal Seahorses. Once again, nobody coming in with the assistance here. That's an easy goal. So another goal, and we're back to a 2-all match. Looks like the goal was by Vicente Flores there for the Seahorses. It's already been quite the offensive match. Not a whole lot of defensive support here in this one. A mistake by the defenders for Capo FC. Now it's Seahorses now starting to get their feet wet here in this match. A lot of space here on the left flanks. Back to the top. Gregory. So we see that one back to his midfield players. Right flanks. Loose ball, Capo FC. Looking for Carvalho. Has been taking the ball himself most of the match and trying to take that one all the way to the Seahorses side of the pitch. Giving that one to Nate King, who has been very frustrated even before the last goal that was scored. There's a slide tackle, and unbelieved, and absolutely in disbelief there, Armando Ibarra, the first yellow card of the match.
First of the game.
And that's an easy yellow card to give out there. That one coming in the 35th minute of the match. It went straight. It was Armando Ibarra sliding straight to his defender, and didn't look like he had any intent in going for the ball. So Ibarra officially in the books, not just with his goal in the 27th minute, but now with the yellow card in the 35th. Physicality of the match certainly is going up as well. Seahorses, they waste no time. 2-on-1 on the right wing, still trying to push through. That is Ibarra. Ibarra has been able to match Max Carvalho and what he has done, and just being able to attack the wings and the flanks. Through ball, still not quite out of it. Loose ball coming up with a shot. And that'll result in a goal kick. Nate King. Could be up to him to instead play this short. Thought he was going to come up with a long ball. Gives it to RJ Egdorf. To Herrera. Herrera, nice little give and go to his striker. Back to the top. There's a cross. And trying to come up with a header. Gonzalez. And he comes up with a big save. Looking for Danny Segal. Segal breaking into a slide tackle and trying to head that one in. And here we go. This one getting a little chippy. And another yellow card is going to be given to the Seahorses. Look at it right here. That's Barraza. Barraza, you see there throwing the leg out. That's unacceptable. That's a big no-no. This one could be rather daunting for Capo FC. Great spot to get a free kick. This one coming into the 37th minute. Who else? Danny Segal. Segal is over the ball. Only one man in front of Segal. See where he's going to go. This one pretty close now. Looks like Segal is not going to be coming up with this set piece. Putting this one up. Nobody to receive it. We'll do it again. This will be a corner. Danny Segal will do the trick again. opportunities after opportunities after opportunities here. Capo trying to keep this offensive possession alive. They still have it. The cross. Gonzalez getting a fingertip on it. Able to recover. Able to recollect himself back on his feet. Capo FC still with the ball. Barraza is making sure that finds its way over to Gonzalez. And I have to say, despite no goals being scored here on that touch, still certainly a successful one for Capo FC. Trill is able to get a couple of great quality shots off, putting pressure on Gonzalez. So now a set piece coming in for the Seahorses. This is pretty good spots right about the 22-yard line. Pretty close. Now they're saying to push it back at about the 25. Got a couple of Seahorses inside of the 18-yard box. And, of course, in situations like this, you've got to put Kaya Gregory inside, trying to set something up right there. And King swerving into the occasion. Big stop there for the goalkeeper, Nate King. It's looking like it was going to be trouble with Kaya Gregory trying to hover over the ball. Gregory to his midfield player. Good possession for the Seahorses as well here in this one. Capo FC, here they come swiping the ball. Now they come pushing the ball up the pitch. 1v1 on that left wing. Trying to fake Gregory out, doesn't buy it. Now here come the Seahorses. Sometimes all it takes is just one successful counter attack. Now slowing things down. Ball's going to ping pong around, crossing midfield. Now here they come, 1v1, loving the defensive coverage here for Capo FC. Through ball, trying to find a little space. Giving it out to Ibarra, rolling that one to King. And there's a lot of credit there for the defenders for Capo FC for getting that stop. Down low, a lot of action from Vicente Flores and Armando Ibarra. We're here in the 41st minute of the match. Alex Naveja with you all. It has been a pleasure to be a part of your Wednesday night wherever you may be. We're all knotted up at twos here in this match, and Capo FC, they have come in rather offensive here in this match. Most goals they have scored in a match, it has been two in two occasions. There's a cross, just missing the mark. Seahorses at least a second away from coming up with the go-ahead goal. Sending that one to Armando Ibarra. And just look at this. Just handling it well, and it was right there, placed perfectly. All Ibarra needed to do was just throw the foot out and finish the job. That one's surely going to hurt the Seahorses down the line in this match. We'll see if this first half is going to come to a close with it being 2-2, or will we see a score from one of these teams? There's a shot to Nate King again. He is coming up with some masterful goalkeeping here in this match, reading these shots well. Still not quite out of the woods just yet. I mean, look at this here. A lot of space down low. Coming up with a shot. Nate King able to come up with the save. Here comes the corner. Putting this one up. And a Gregory on the attempt. And just couldn't find the net. Let's talk about 7 shots on goal here for the Seahorses. A lot of shots being put for both of these teams here in this first half. Total of 4 goals being scored. So in the 2 occasions that we have seen Capo FC score 2 goals was on May 27th. Capo FC playing at home against Redlands. 2 goals. A score by Parker Scalzo and Brian Herrera, who says Brian Herrera can't be a threat to score some goals in the match. Very much looking for their first 3-goal match of the season. Very much going to need one if they want to come up with a win. A lot of contact down low doesn't go in favor of Carvalho. Slide tackle to the Seahorses. A lot of pressure as well by Capo FC, seeing if they can pickpocket down low as Gregory. That's a tough place. Very scary play as well. Carvalho coming in to put some pressure on the big fella, Gregory. Barraza losing his footing there. Free ball to Herrera. Gonna play it back. Egdorf. Herrera. Back to Egdorf. Just a couple of seconds away from the 45th minute of the match. Will Capo FC settle for the first half, finishing at 2-2. No, they'll say it's the other way. Going to the Seahorses. This first half slowly ticking away. Will it be the Seahorses with this final touch of the first half? Will we see some extra time here as the first half slowly comes to a close? That's going to stay Seahorses' ball. No, they say they rule it to Capo FC. Could have sworn the linesman said, no, that's Seahorses' ball. Yes, they'll go ahead and reverse that. That's Seahorses' ball. So passing the 45th minute of the match now. We'll see how much they'll let them play. Shouldn't be too much of extra time. It's been a smooth 45 minutes. Seahorses, through ball. Trying to look for Barraza over there on the left wing. Barraza, too much pressure there down low, giving out to Ibarra. Ibarra to his midfield player. Was initially trying to look for Jose Garfias. And that's going to do it, folks. First half officially in the books here from J. Sarah High School in the Lions' Den, as we'll go into the locker room with a 2-2 score. Time. Welcome back inside at J. Sarah High School, inside of the Lions Den. Alex Naveja with you all. It's been a pleasure to be a part of your Wednesday night, wherever you may be, as it's Capo FC against the SoCal Seahorses here in this one. And what a match it has been so far here offensively here in this one. Here, let's go ahead and break down the scoring here in this one as Capo FC left things off in the 10th minute of the match. Danny Segal able to get the first goal of the match, but then it would be the SoCal Seahorses that would answer back in the 27th minute of the match by Armando Ibarra in the 27th minute of the match. But then following that, it was Capo FC that was able to get a goal of their own off of Sergio Vega in the 30th minute. Make it 2-1 for Capo FC, but then it would be the Seahorses tying up the game another time in Quentin Hornung in the 33rd minute of the match, and that's exactly how we've got here. All evened up at 2s with some yellow cards given up here in this match as well. Armando Ibarra with a yellow in the first half, and Luis Barraza with a yellow card in the 37th minute of the match. And it's a big yellow card, actually 2 big yellow cards. Don't want to be short a man defensively or even offensively. Would be very unfortunate to not have Armando Ibarra. Would be a huge offensive loss for the Seahorses. And if you lose Luis Barraza, well, you would be losing a big defensive player. And with an Armando Ibarra with that goal, that it would be his 3rd goal that he scored this year. As we talked about it in the first half, the scoring for the Seahorses is rather spread out across the roster here. Come up with the through ball here, looking for Ibarra once again. A little tap and go, and maybe one too many taps there as King may have gotten a touch on the ball. Poking that one away. Would have liked to get a shot off there, whether that was Hornung or even Armando Ibarra. He did all the work to get inside of the 18-yard box and to still not get anything to show for it. It's just unfortunate. Got all the work done there. Play on. Despite the contact, that one's going to go through against Quentin Hornung. And the Seahorses slow to get up. That is Christopher Villa, slow to get up here. So look at the replay here. So they say play on with that one, but then that's the play that they say that, hey, can't exactly do that, Quentin Hornung, with some contact over the shoulders there. A holding of the shoulders. So here we go. That one just a little overcooked for the striker, Max Carvalho. Results in a goal kick for Carlos Gonzalez. So some offensive threats for the Seahorses. Well, you could possibly see some scoring done by Ibarra. We already seen that. Izzy Smith has 1 goal on the year, a goal for Jose Garfias as well, and a goal for Kaya Gregory. Of course, most of the scoring going to be done by Ibarra, but Seahorses certainly have a couple of names that will score them some goals. And as far as Capo FC is concerned as well, they don't have just one guy that is going to score a lot of goals here. But here comes Carvalho coming up with the shots. And if we were playing football, the field goal would be good, but it results in a goal kick. Capo FC coming up with their first shot of the second half. Not a bad choice. Where will Gregory go with it? Capo FC, they put a stop to it. Reading that one well. Here comes Carvalho. Getting that one a through ball inside of the left wing. Carvalho trying to take that one upon himself, and a throw in for Capo FC. Throw in by Trussner. little high there. Deflected away by the Seahorses. Want to try it again, Capo FC. Once again, we'll see Trustner with another throw-in, giving that one over to his left wing, trying to keep that one and preserve this touch. Another stop there by the Seahorses. Some contact there to Tyler Trustner. Play on. Go with the throw-in. Going with the wing again. 1v1. Putting this one up. Going over to Hornung. Capo FC maintaining the offensive touch. Playing this one back. Deciding to press the restart button and see what they could do here in this touch. But then the Seahorses read it well. They come up with the swipe. 2v1. Favor of Capo FC. Seahorses, a lot of space here on the right side. Deciding to go up the middle. Giving her the through ball. 1v1 over there. And almost getting that one by Nate King, but he got a piece of it. What a start here for Nate King. Great goalkeeping here. It's a 1v1 at that point. And Izzy Smith was looking for his second goal of the season. Couldn't get it there in the back of the net. Nate King was able to get a good read on the shots. And Capo FC, well, their goalkeeper has certainly gotten them a good jump here. But now it's the remainder of the crew that's got to be able to back him up here. So it has been a Capo FC that have scored first when it came down to it being no score, or when it came down to the match being all tied up. We have yet to even see the Seahorses with the lead, trying to work their way upon it as Capo FC. They boot this one out, but it's still back to the Seahorses. Just miscommunication there. Didn't exactly play a good game of takeaway. Putting this one up, Capo FC. Straight to the striker, loose ball, that's a 2v1 and going back to the Seahorses. Sergio Vega just couldn't hang on to it. Comes the Seahorses. It's a quick attack, stopped already by Capo FC. Great work defensively. Brian Herrera able to get the stop. Throwing for the Seahorses. Still on the Capo FC side of the pitch. I love this little battle that's going on right there. But some contact going against the Seahorses. I mean, you saw a lot of the contact going into as they were crossing out of bounds, as Nate King will go ahead and kick this one out. So reflecting on the Seahorses 2022 campaign, had a very successful 2022 campaign. Finished up third in the USL League Two Southwest Division. Finished up third. Here comes Capo FC coming over the cross. Nobody to receive it. Just late by a hair, at least by Max Carvalho. Everything was there. Did all the work on the left wing. Came up with the through ball. Carvalho just couldn't pull the trigger. Second by late by at least a second. He's starting to heat up here for Capo FC offensively, getting rather close to coming up with the go-ahead goal for a third time tonight. Also starting to hear the fans getting into it. Really backing up their Capo FC, backing them up to look for their first win here. As the throw in going into the 18-yard box. Seahorses trying to do what they can to get it out. There's a shot right there. Gonzalez hangs on to it there. You like the fact that Vega was sticking around. It's in case he can come up with a second chance opportunity. Great shot. Absolute great shot there for Capo FC. Now they're showing off the long distance shots. The Seahorses came up with one shot, so that showed a little distance. Race for the ball, throwing that one, and that one stays in, but the linesman flag does go up, and it will be a goal kick, trying to preserve every little centimeter of fair play. While we're on the topic of the 2022 campaign for the Seahorses, finished up 6 wins, 1 loss, and 5 draws. As far as a playoff run is concerned, reached the Western Conference semifinals. Would very much like to go back. This division really has been ran by the Ventura County Fusion. And of course, Redlands FC has been a rather strong team as well. Don't sleep on FC Tucson. They're sitting 3rd in the division. They're only actually 4 points down of Ventura County Fusion. Seahorses, see what they do with it. Have to play this one back. There's a lot of pressure here by Capo FC. Gives that one back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, he has some pressure coming his way. Decides to boot this one over there. There goes Smith. Easy Smith to be exact. Giving that one over to King. King having to go on a run to preserve a corner kick from happening there. This one will go to Nate King. So the Seahorses now starting to put some pressure on Capo FC. Not going to make it easy for them to find any space. Actually, a lot of space in midfield. Starting to close up that gap a little bit here. Back to the Seahorses. Back to Gonzalez. It's a little bit about the Seahorses. They've been an organization back since 1983. And it's an organization that strives very much on not just growing and development of soccer, of course, growing in their faith and also trying to grow in their mission as far as going international as well. They have some teams that are international going from Cuba and Japan. And now back over to Gonzalez as there's some trouble afoot. They have the division of the Missionary Athletes International, the acronym MAI in MAI. We now have 4 divisions in the United States, located in Southern California, Charlotte, North Carolina, and also in Chicago. Here come the Seahorses. Little through ball. They got some space. Coming up with a shot. And the Seahorses. Now they come up with a go-ahead goal. And it's a goal. 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 Goal for the Seahorses. Just playing this one perfectly. They put it back inside of the 18-yard box and easily able to come up. And they find themselves with their first lead, 3-2 now.
Also in at forward for Capo FC. Number 93, Jose Chila Montes de Oca.
Looks like Capo FC making a change here. Jose Montes de Oca also known as Chila, going to be coming off of the bench. So the Seahorses, now they have their first lead, and they have the tough task in keeping Capo FC silent for the remainder of the second half. And the big question here for Capo FC, well, how do you answer back? This match has gone in favor of the Seahorses, flipping the switch over here to Armando Ibarra, receiving some contact there down low. They boot that one out, it's whistle, and it will result in a set piece here for Capo FC. This is a first touch for Montes de Oca. Comes Capo FC. Coming up with long quality shots and just isn't able to find the back of the net. So now you're going to see Capo FC coming up with some more longer shots, deciding to test out their luck and try to see where they can find a goal wherever it's presented. So now if you're the Seahorses, what do? Do you play back, or do you continue to play the same game and continue to try to find some more goals to try to increase that goal difference number? Very much need to secure this win. Seahorses on the hunt to win back-to-back matches. They have yet to do that this year. They've been on a pattern of coming up with a tie, then a loss, then a win. Here comes Capo FC looking for some sort of goal, but then the Seahorses defensively with the header. They're looking for Fred Besovic, who was trying to receive the ball on the left wing. Throwing Capo FC. Back to the top. Pressure. Sticking around, that is Hornig. Contact from behind. They don't call it. Throwing that one in, playing it quick here for Capo FC. The cross, nobody there. Montes de Oca was trying to receive it. Easily played. Through ball. Looking for Hornig. A lot of space over here on the right wing. Capo FC trying to capitalize as much of it as possible. Nope, here come the Seahorses. Here they come. Long distance shot.
Goal kick coming from Capo FC.
First time this match that we see the Seahorses with the lead. Now Capo FC having to play from behind. One v one. Gregory trying to fight off his mark. And Gregory having to punch that one out. Reagan Heslin has also been subbed into this match. We'll also be seeing Heslin playing down low with Montes de Oca along with Besovic. There's a cross. Gonzalez will go ahead and knock that one from the air. Here, just crossing the 64th minute of the match. 3-2 in favor of the Seahorses. They have played being down or being knotted up. Now they have to play with a lead. Trying to secure the ball a little better now that they have the lead. Cannot allow any additional touches here for Capo FC. Gotta love the work that Izzy Smith is putting down low. So with that substitution, with Reagan Heslin, Jonah Kawamura no longer in the match. Another sub coming in here for the Seahorses. Is Julian Varela. Varela going to be coming into the match. And Varela is replacing Izzy Smith. Montezeoka to the Seahorses. Going to play it slow to their right back. There's Varela with his first touch. Varela giving that one back to Capo FC. There's a first touch there for Sydney Dina. Through ball. Great work there for the Seahorses. Still not out of the woods just yet. Now it's the Seahorses with the throw in.
Now in for Capo FC, number 31, Sydney Dina.
Looking good here for the Seahorses. A lot of space right down the middle. And it ends up going against the Seahorses. So a set piece. We do up. I beg your pardon, is a throw in here for Capo FC. Contact from the back by the Seahorses.
Contact that on play. Yeah, free kick for Capo FC.
That is Danny Segal. That is over the ball. Right at the 36-37 yard line. Tries to play that one on the right flanks. Renzau trying to give that long through ball. Was trying to look for Dina. Back to the Seahorses. Seahorses, they're reading what Capo FC is throwing at them here in this match. The slide tackle, it's all clean. It's all good. There for Dean Chong. Montezeoka to Chong. Try to look for Segal. Hornung hasn't been over the ball for quite some time. Through ball. Oh, this looks like a good ball. 1v1. Can Capo FC capitalize it on here? Wasting too much time with the ball. Good work there by Gonzalez. Dina there with a cross. Putting a stop there are the Seahorses. And a huge sigh of relief there for the Seahorses. Was a shot away from making it 3-3 here in this match. Gonzalez was on top of the ball throughout the whole entire time. Great goalkeeping there for Carlos Gonzalez, not leaving an open shot. And even then, if you're Capo FC, surely got to test out your luck somewhere. So we saw an opening play, opening save by Nate King to open up the second half. And now we saw great goalkeeping by Carlos Gonzalez. Not just going to come down to the defenders, it's going to come down to the goalkeeping of Gonzalez. Here comes Capo FC. See if they can throw something at him. There's a shot. That's off of Gonzalez. That's a corner kick coming up here for Capo FC.
Corner kick for Capo FC.
Take a look at this replay once again. The shot at that corner of the 18-yard box. We talked about it before, testing out their luck, see if they can find an opportunity somewhere. Here's a corner, putting this one up, header, and Gonzalez, he was able to come up with another save. Possessing the Golden Gloves here in the second half. Trying to keep it at a goose egg here in the second half. I mean, just take a look at this corner kick again. Great spot, coming in with the header. Gonzalez reading that one all the way, despite all the blue jerseys stuffed inside of the 18-yard box, still able to get a stop. So should the score stay this way, they're going to owe Carlos Gonzalez a Gatorade of sorts, or they have to owe him something to keep it coming from behind in this game, and now working with their first lead of the match. Seahorses will play that one short. In the left wing. Cross. Too easy. Capo FC with an answer. Back to the Seahorses. Trying to get that one to the left wing. Results in a throw in. Here comes Capo FC. Booted away there for the Seahorses. Got less than 20 minutes left here in this match with some extra time. Seahorses have to stop everything that's thrown at them as Quentin Hornung will exit the match. So Daniela Toscano is coming in for Quentin Hornung. So no more Hornung. Good match out of him, playing 72 minutes in this one and able to get the ball in the back of the net in the 33rd minute. Players coming off of the bench, Anna Julian Varela and Daniela Toscano. Capo FC also with some subs in the match. We've seen Dean Chong check in. We've seen Jose Montes de Oca check in. Sidney Dean along with Reagan Heslin check in. Dina, good swipe of the ball. Trying to keep this touch going. Montezeoka back to the Seahorses. Thank you very much. Lacrosse looking for a man. And the flag's going to go up. Offsides according to the linesman. And they're going to have to do the set piece once again. Capo FC, don't blame them for wanting to play that one quick.
Number 18, Daniela Toscano.
Free ball, 1v1, liking the pressure, getting rid of that one just in time there for Gonzalez. A lot of pressure was going his way. Chung, Seagal. And trying to get that through ball and giving it to Gonzalez. Battle for the ball. Montezeoka. Trying to fight for it. Booting that one out.
Also in for the Seahorses, number 22, Michael Stoll.
Throw-in coming in here for Capo FC on the Seahorses side of the pitch. Throw-in headed out. Seahorses on top of the ball. A lot of space to work with here. Decides to go with the right wing. A lot of space. Nice little through ball. You find Varela. Ball will go to Capo FC here on this throw-in. Seahorses. They've had their team in the USL League Two for about 20 years already. They have seen hundreds of players go through their program, and very nice for not just for the Seahorses, but for Capo FC to provide a platform for players to step onto the professional soccer stage of the MLS. Sending players to various MLS teams and other professional clubs around the world. We talked about a little while ago for the Seahorses, they had a couple of alumni that have certainly played in the MLS and that have also gone overseas, and Giro de la Torre signing the contract with Tarragona. It's always nice to hear about players signing professional contracts and going on to play professionally. Of course, the big saying for the Seahorses, once a seahorse, always a seahorse. Looks like it is offside. Capo FC over the ball. Trying to dump this one deep. Capo FC. Just too much coverage there down low. You love the creativity, though, to find the forward Max Carvalho. Gonzalez. He has just been a great goalkeeper here in the second half. Bit of a different story in the first half. He had 2 balls get by him in the first half. Goal scored in the 10th. And the 30th minute for Capo FC by Segal and Vega.
Throwing for Capo FC.
As far as the Seahorses are concerned, first goal, Armando Ibarra on the 27th minute, 33rd minute by Quentin Hornung. Ball going back to the Seahorses. Through ball. And Varela, frustrating with himself, hands on his head. He knew that was all his. Thought the flag was going to go up on him. He knew it was going to be a good ball as well. Didn't want to continue to play on it. And missing out on what could have been a 4-2 score now. Gregory playing that one back to Gonzalez. Next game on the docket for the Seahorses right after Capo FC today. They will play at Redlands FC, playing at Dodge Stadium. They will have the weekend off. They'll play a week from today on June 21st. 7 o'clock kickoff time for that one. As for Capo FC, have quite the busy week. Have a game today, having a game on Friday, and also having a game on Saturday. 3 straight games here this week. Playing tonight, playing on Friday against FC Tucson, along with on Saturday playing against Arizona Arsenal. And they're at the point of the season where Capo FC have played every team here in the USL League Two Southwest Division. So a second going through. Now the big question that you ask is, all right, well, a second time through the schedule, what adjustments can you make? Watch the film, be able to see, hey, what adjustments can we make against the following teams? Well, this team plays more of this style. This other team plays more of this style. Well, what can we do the second time through?
Okay, Capo,
So this week, Seahorses, Tucson, and Arsenal. Following that, they'll go on the road on June 24th, play at Dodge Stadium in Redlands, California. As far as the game against FC Tucson and the match against Arizona Arsenal, will have the coverage for you guys here on 11 Sports via TV EMAX. Alex Nabeca with you all. Pleasure to be a part of your Wednesday night, wherever you may be. We're here in the 81st minute, 8-3 Seahorses here in this match. And it was a slow start for the Seahorses, but after playing against Capo FC for a big part of the first half, well, they were able to make adjustments and were able to come up with a pair of goals in the first half, then one here in the second half. So far, Capo FC have been rather quiet in the scoring front. They've been throwing everything that they could here. Look at this replay of this throw-in and the contact from behind. So Dean Chong, set piece. We're on that right side. And there's a whistle. That's going to be a PK. Something falling in favor of Capo FC here in the second half. Some contacts right there. Can we see the match evened up at 3? Or will it be the mighty fine goalkeeping of Carlos Gonzalez to stay alive here in this second half? He has been all over it here in this second half. Nothing has been able to get by him. So the big question now, who's going to come up with the penalty kick for Capo FC? My guess would be the captain, Danny Segal. As they will continue to evaluate a fallen Capo FC. It looks like Montes de Oca is the player that is slow to get up here. Montes de Oca, looks like he's having a hard time putting some weight on that left leg. He's going to be escorted out. So here we go. Looks like Danny Segal is going to be hovering over the ball here for this PK.
Danny Segal will kick the PK.
So here we go. Segal versus Gonzalez. What direction will he go? Have to wait for the whistle to blow off. Who wins it? Shot! Segal!
And Danny Segal's penalty kick is good to tie it up 3-3. That is Segal's second goal of the match.
Segal guesses right, and he wins it there. Gonzalez also gets the right side and just couldn't come up with the save. So it's 3-3 now. We've got 5 minutes left here in this match. We go to the 85th minute. Segal with a pair of goals here in this match. 6 goals. What a match it's been so far. The last 2 matches here at home, we have seen 6 goals.
Bro,
6 goals against the Fusion, and 6 goals here tonight. So now things are going to be very different moving on to this match. Mistake by the Seahorses. Here comes Capo FC, 3v1. Too much for Carvalho. Still some pressure sticking around for Capo FC. Now for Capo FC, you got to start throwing everything that you can here. Starting to run out of time. Of course, the Seahorses attacks that they have been putting together here as well have been very good too. Good stop there by the Capo FC defense. Left wing. Come up with a shot. King able to come up with a save. Good stop there by Nathan King. Was looking very dangerous there as King was able to get a much needed stop. Seahorses through ball. King almost going to lose that one. Running inside of the 18-yard box. Waiting for some more backup to be thrown inside of the 18-yard box. Defenders needed. Some space. Shot deflected. And flags going up.
Free kick coming for Capo FC.
Contact on the way out. Really, the physicality of the game certainly has been there all match long. Here's Dina. Dina, left wing, can't go through his man. Maybe some handball. Did he come up with a handball there? It's looking like it's going to be a set piece at a great spot. Regardless, some contact from the back.
Contact on the play, free kick coming for Capo FC.
So here's a good spot for a set piece for Capo FC. An opportunity to break the tie. Is it Montes de Oca or is it Segal? It will be Montes de Oca. See, can he bend it in? Comes up with a spin! Absolutely insane set piece! What a goal! 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 Jose Montes de Oca! Look at this replay. Bending it perfectly right over the hands of Carlos Gonzalez. That is the way that they break the tie. 4-3 now, Capo FC. That came in the 89th minute of the match. And very quick, the Seahorses trying to tie up the match. Trying to switch up the pitch. Find some space. King's going to keep that one in. Trying to avoid a corner. Additional pressure going in there. King hanging on to the ball. Trying to hang on to it. We'll see how much extra time they're going to add to the clock. Capo FC just trying to burn in as much time as possible. Montes de Oca got some contact his way. got to burn the clock. Dina getting through his mark, putting a stop to it there at midfield. A lot of space. Can they use it? They will. Montes de Oca, he's slow to get up. Now back on his feet. It's out of the 18-yard box, finding some space. Ricocheting left and right. Seahorses. And here we go. 90th minute on the clock. Contact there. And a yellow card.
Contact down the play. Yellow card drawn against Capo.
They are going to give that yellow to Leonard Granzow. That's a clear-cut yellow to give. Look at it here. So right here, going, and a clear illegal contact. Taking some hard contact there. Slow to get up on his feet as the physio having to take a look at Julian Varela. Coming into this match as a sub. Even going into this match, the Seahorses went into a different starting 11 than they normally do. We usually see Marco Astorga a part of it, along with JT Danks, who have all had their fair share of goals scored. So the Seahorses gonna have to try to throw everything at Capo FC here to try to at least finish up the match, at least with a draw, going on the road and at least collecting some points, as Montes de Oca, after doing his job of bending the shot, the set piece in the back of the net to give them the 4-3 lead. Well, right here, in the final moments, we see Jared Perez, the young 16-year-old, making his debut tonight, coming up in a big spot to try to keep the score 4-3, to try to seal the first win of the season here for Capo FC at home. So here come the Seahorses. Set piece, dumping it inside of the 18-yard box. This one's loose. King, he comes up with a save. That is huge.
King comes up with a save.
Brilliant by Nate King. Coming up clutch. Big saves here in this second half. Despite a goal scored here in the second half by the Seahorses, well, Nate King has been able to hold him off, and his offense here tonight has been able to put up 2 goals in the second half as well. 2 in the first half, 2 here in the second half. So Carlos Gonzalez, he's going to come up with this set piece. Had as many pieces as possible inside of the 18-yard box. Here we go. There's the cross for the Seahorses. Coming up with a header. Deflected away. King, out of nowhere, showing up to the occasion. Slapping that one out, but it results in a corner kick.
Coming for the Seahorses.
So tick, 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 tick. You start to wonder, well, how much time more inside of the extra time? The cross, putting this one up. Seahorses, and the whistle. It blows. Capo FC with the dub. You can put a W on the board.
Yellow card called against the Seahorses. Free kick coming for Capo FC.
Looks like this match still is not over yet. Heard the official's whistle. I thought he was calling this one already dead. Looks like they will continue. The flag will go up. They're certainly putting a definite crooked number here in extra time. And that whistle right there with a little shoulder tackle, and it looks like Capo FC will have another opportunity to put another goal here on the board. Seconds away from putting the finishing touches in the match. Linesman expecting them to take a couple more steps back. Set piece, putting this one up. And that's going to go the other way. And now you can put a W on the board here for Capo FC.
That'll conclude tonight's USL League Two matchup.
And Capo FC, they were able to put the first dub here on the board in a final of 4-2-3. An absolute insane match here with Capo FC coming from behind. First in the first half, they were the ones putting up the lead 1-0 following the 1-1 tie. Then they go into the locker room tied up 2-2. It's the Seahorses that would come up with the lead 3-2. Then it would be back-to-back unanswered goals by Capo FC